Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Alexander Nix, and today I will be going over the various security clearance levels that we employ at the Foundation. Security clearances are granted to personnel which represent the highest level or type of information that they can be granted access. However, having any given clearance level does not automatically grant access to all information at that level. Personnel are only granted access to information on a need-to-know basis and at the discretion of the designated disclosure officer overseeing their respective departments. Starting off, we have Level 0, for official use only. Level 0 security clearances are given to non-essential personnel with no need to access information regarding anomalous objects or entities within the Foundation's containment. Level 0 access is typically held by personnel in non-secured clerical, logistics, or janitorial positions at facilities with no need to access operational data. Level 1. Confidential. Level 1 security clearances are given to personnel working in proximity to, but not in direct, indirect, or informational access to anomalous objects or entities in containment. Level 1 security clearances are typically granted to personnel working in clerical, logistics, or janitorial positions at facilities with containment capability or otherwise that might handle sensitive information. Level 2. Restricted. Level 2 security clearances are given to security and research personnel that require direct access to information regarding anomalous objects and entities in containment. Most research staff, field agents, and containment specialists hold a Level 2 security clearance. Level 3. Secret. Level 3 security clearances are given to senior security and research personnel that require in-depth data regarding the source, recovery, circumstances, and long-term planning for anomalous objects and entities in containment. Most senior research staff, project managers, security officers, response team members, and MTF operatives hold a Level 3 security clearance. Level 4. Top Secret. Level 4 security clearances are given to senior administration that require access to site-wide and/or regional intelligence, as well as long-term strategic data regarding Foundation operations and research projects. Level 4 security clearances typically are only held by site directors, security directors, or mobile task force commanders. Level 5. Thomule. Level 5 security clearances are given to the highest ranking administrative personnel within the Foundation and grant effectively unlimited access to all strategic and otherwise sensitive data. Level 5 security clearances are typically only granted to the O5 Council members and selected staff. Personnel classifications. Classifications are assigned to personnel based on their proximity to potentially dangerous anomalous objects, entities, or phenomena. Starting us off, we have Class A. Class A personnel are those deemed essential to Foundation strategic operations and are not allowed direct access to anomalies under any circumstances. When circumstances require Class A personnel to be in direct proximity to such anomalies, such as the case of facilities housing containment units, Class A personnel are not allowed to access the areas of the facility containing such anomalies and are to be kept in secured areas at all times. In the case of an emergency, Class A personnel are to be immediately evacuated to a designated and secure off-site location. O5 Council members are always Class A personnel. Class B. Class B personnel are those deemed essential to local Foundation operations and may be granted access to objects, entities, and anomalies that have passed quarantine and cleared of any potential mind-altering effects or mimetic agents. In the event of a containment breach or hostile action against a Foundation facility, Class B personnel are to be evacuated to a designated, secure, off-site location as soon as possible, but not before any Class A have been evacuated. Class C. Class C personnel are those with direct access to most anomalies not deemed strictly hostile or dangerous. Class C personnel that have had direct contact with potentially mind-altering or mimetic properties may be subject to mandatory quarantine or psychiatric evaluation as deemed necessary by security personnel. In the event of a containment breach or hostile action taken against a Foundation facility, non-combatant Class C personnel are to either report to the secure lockdown area or be evacuated at the discretion of on-site security personnel in the case of a site-wide breach or other catastrophic event. Class D. Class D personnel are expendable personnel used to handle extremely hazardous anomalies and are not allowed to come into contact with Class A or B personnel. Class D personnel are typically drawn from the worldwide ranks of prison inmates convicted of violent crimes, especially those on death row. In times of extreme duress, the Foundation will enact Protocol 12, which allows recruitment from other sources such as political prisoners, refugee populations, and, if called for, civilian sources. These people can be transferred into Foundation custody under plausibly deniable circumstances. Class D personnel are to be given regular mandatory psychiatric evaluations and are to be administered an amnestic of at least Class B strength or terminated at the end of the month at the discretion of on-site security or medical staff. In the event of a catastrophic site event, Class D personnel are to be terminated immediately, except as deemed necessary by on-site security personnel. Lastly, we have Class E. Class E is a provisional classification applied to field agents and containment personnel that have been exposed to potentially dangerous effects during the course of securing and establishing initial containment over a newly designated anomalous object. Class E personnel are to be quarantined as soon as possible, monitored and screened for potentially harmful changes in behavior, personality, or physiology, and only may return to duty after being fully debriefed and cleared by psychiatric and medical staff. Moving on to staff titles. These are self-explanatory. Containment Specialist. Containment Specialists have two main roles at the Foundation facilities. Firstly, containment teams are called upon to respond to confirmed cases of anomalous activity to secure and establish initial containment over anomalous objects and transport them to the nearest Foundation containment site. In addition, Foundation containment engineers and technicians are called upon to devise, refine, and maintain containment units and schemes for objects. Researcher. Researchers are the scientific branch of the Foundation, drawn from the ranks of the world's smartest and best trained research scientists. With specialists in every field imaginable, from chemistry and botany to more esoteric and specialized fields such as theoretical physics and xenobiology, the goal of the Foundation's research projects is to gain a better understanding of unexplained anomalies and how they operate. Security Officer. On-site security officers, often referred to simply as guards, at Foundation facilities are tasked with managing physical and information security for Foundation projects, operations, and personnel. Primarily drawn and recruited from the military, law enforcement, and correctional facility personnel, security officers are trained in the use of all types of weapons as well as a variety of contingency plans covering both containment breach actions and hostile actions. These personnel are also responsible for information security, such as making sure that sensitive documents are not misplaced and that the facility's computer systems are safe from outside intrusion. They are also often the first line of defense against hostile outside forces against a Foundation facility. Tactical Response Officer. Response teams, or simply TAC teams, are highly trained and heavily armed combat teams tasked with escorting containment teams when dangerous anomalous entities or hostile groups of interest are involved and defending Foundation facilities against hostile action. Response teams are effectively military units stationed at major Foundation facilities ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Field Agent. Field agents are the eyes and ears of the Foundation. Personnel trained to look for and investigate signs of anomalous activity, often undercover with local or regional law enforcement, or embedded in local services such as emergency medical service or regulatory organizations. As undercover units, field agents are typically not equipped to deal with confirmed cases of anomalous activity. Once such an incident has been confirmed and isolated, field agents will typically call for assistance from the nearest field containment team with the means to safely secure and contain such anomalies. Mobile Task Force Operative. Mobile Task Force, or MTFs, are specialized units comprised of veteran field personnel drawn from all over the Foundation. These task forces are mobilized to deal with threats of a specific nature that can include anything from field researchers specializing in a particular type of anomaly to heavily armed combat units tasked to secure specific types of hostile anomalies. Site Director. Site directors for major Foundation facilities are the highest-ranking personnel at that location and are responsible for the continued safe operation of the entire site. All major departmental directors report directly to the site director, who in turn reports to the O5 Council. And speaking of which, the O5 Council. The O5 Council refers to the committees consisting of the highest-ranking directors in the Foundation with complete access to all information regarding anomalies and containment. The O5 Council oversees all Foundation operatives worldwide and directs its long-term strategic plans. Due to the sensitivity of their positions, O5 Council members may not come in direct contact with any anomalous object, entity, or phenomenon. Furthermore, the identities of all O5 Council members are classified. All Council members are merely referred to by their numeric designation, O5-01 through O5-13. I have been Dr. Alexander Nix, signing off.